I don't know if anyone will believe me. I wouldn't believe me either if I hadn't lived through it. But I need to write this down. I work the night shift at a small hospital in a quiet town. Not much ever happens here. It's mostly old folks, a few emergencies now and then, and people just waiting to get better or to go home. I've worked here for almost 3 years. I thought I'd seen everything. I was wrong. Last night something changed, and I'm scared. Really scared. So here it goes. My shift started like always. 7:00 p.m. the hospital halls were quiet, except for the low beep of machines and the soft hum of lights. I checked in, changed into my scrubs, grabbed my clipboard, and walked to the 4th floor. That's where the long-term care patients are. There's a bed in room 407 that's been empty for weeks. The old man who used to sleep there died last month. They haven't filled the room yet. Every night, when I walk past it, I glance inside and see the clean white sheets, folded perfect. The room's always cold. But last night, something was off. The first time I passed room 407, the door was half open. I thought maybe someone had gone in by mistake. I peeked in, and the bed wasn't empty. There was someone lying in it. I froze. Who would be in that bed? I checked the chart. Still marked empty. No new patients. I slowly walked in. The figure was under the blanket. I could only see the top of a head, gray hair, lying still. I reached for the light switch. The second I turned on the light, the bed was empty. No one was there. I swear I saw someone. I know I did. I backed out of the room, heart racing, and tried to laugh it off. Maybe I was tired. Maybe it was a shadow. Maybe I just wanted to go home. But that was just the beginning. I didn't want to go back the next night. I really didn't. But I need the money. Rent is due. And besides, I told myself it was just my mind playing tricks. Lack of sleep. Shadows. Stress. So I went back. The night started normally. I helped with meds, checked vitals, talked with some of the older patients. Most were asleep already. Around 2:00 a.m., I was doing rounds again. I passed room 407. I didn't look in this time. I couldn't. I just kept walking, telling myself not to think about it. That's when I heard it. Tap, tap, tap. Soft. Behind me. I turned. Nothing. I looked at the room door, still shut. The hallway was empty. I started walking again. Then I heard it again. But this time, it wasn't behind me. It was in the wall. Tap, tap, scrape. I stopped walking, pressed my ear to the wall, and I swear I heard breathing. Not regular breathing. Wheezing. Like something trying to breathe through water. I backed away fast, almost ran to the nurse's station. Did you hear that? I asked Jenna, the other night nurse. Hear what? She asked, not even looking up from her crossword. I didn't answer. I just sat down and stared at the hallway. Nothing happened the rest of the night, but I couldn't stop thinking about that sound. Something is in that wall. This was the worst night so far. Around 3:30 a.m., one of the monitors went off, room 412. It was the heart monitor. Flatline. I ran down the hallway with another nurse, John. We rushed in, ready to start CPR. But when we got there, no one was in the bed. I looked at the chart. The patient had been discharged 2 days ago. The monitor was still going crazy, flatline beep loud and sharp. But no one had turned it on. No wires were connected. The machine wasn't even plugged in. I turned it off. John looked pale. "That's not right," he whispered. "Did someone prank us?" I asked. He shook his head. We checked the room. Nothing. No notes. No sign anyone had been in there. Later, I checked the security cameras. At exactly 3:28 a.m., the monitor turned on by itself. And at 3:29, the camera in room 412 glitched. The screen went black for 5 seconds. When it came back, there was a shadow on the wall, just standing there, not moving, like it was watching the bed. I printed the footage. I still have it. I don't want to look at it again. I didn't want to work another shift, but something was pulling me back. Maybe it's curiosity. Maybe it's stupidity. Maybe I just want answers. This night, I was alone on the elevator, heading to the basement to get more for bags. The elevator was slow, old, and creaked with every floor. It stopped suddenly. Not at a floor. Just stopped. Lights flickered. Then I heard voices. Children. Laughing. At first, it was faint. Then louder. Giggles. Whispers. A little girl's voice said, "Are you playing hide and seek?" Then a boy's voice, "You're not supposed to be here." I was frozen, staring at the closed doors. Then the lights went out. Dark. Pitch black. I don't remember hitting the emergency button, but I must have. A moment later, the lights came back and the doors opened, back on the first floor. I ran out. I didn't go to the basement. I didn't care about the IVs. And when I looked back before the doors shut, I saw a small handprint on the inside of the elevator wall. It was red, like blood. Last night, I brought a cross. I'm not super religious, but I needed something. Mid-shift, I was doing another walk down the hallway when I heard someone crying. Very soft. From room 409. It's an empty room. No patient. No bed even. Just an old wheelchair. The crying got louder as I approached. I opened the door slowly. The room was dark. Cold. The air felt thick, like I was walking underwater. The crying stopped. Silence. I turned on my flashlight and shined it at the corner. The wheelchair was facing the wall. Then it started turning. Slowly. Squeak, squeak, squeak. It turned to face me. And sitting in it was a figure wrapped in a hospital gown, but the face wasn't there. It was just skin. No eyes. No nose. Just a smooth, pale face. It raised one hand and pointed at me. I slammed the door and ran. I didn't stop running until I reached the stairwell. I couldn't breathe. I nearly threw up. No one believed me, but I know what I saw. I told myself I wouldn't go back. I called in sick, tried to sleep, but around 5 p.m., I got a text from an unknown number. "You forgot your cross." No name. No ID. Just that. I stared at the message, my stomach sinking. I had forgotten it. I left it at the nurse's station the night before. No one else knew that. I tried to block the number, but it wouldn't go through. Every time I hit block, the app would crash. I should have left town. Should have packed my bags and disappeared. But I didn't. I went back in. It felt like the walls were breathing. As soon as I stepped through the hospital doors, I heard it. A voice. Soft. Right in my ear. "Welcome back, Claire," my name. Nobody was near me. I turned in every direction. Empty lobby. Quiet halls. The front desk was closed. My hands were shaking. I walked to the nurse's station. My cross was gone. Instead, there was a note. One I didn't write. Check room 407. He wants to see you. I should have run. I wanted to run, but I went. I opened the door to 407. Slowly. My heart was racing. I was sweating. The room was empty. The bed stripped bare, but on the floor were footprints, wet ones, leading from the window to the middle of the room. And in the center, something written on the floor in what looked like blood. You shouldn't have come back. It was around 1:00 a.m. when I saw her. I was walking past the break room when I heard humming. A soft tune. Familiar. It sounded like a lullaby. When I pushed the door open, I saw her standing by the vending machine. Back turned to me. Long black hair. Blue scrubs like mine. Pale skin. But something was off. "Hey, are you on tonight?" I asked. She turned. Her face was just like mine. Same lips. Same nose. Same cheeks. But her eyes were completely black. No whites. No iris. Just endless black holes. She smiled. Wide. Too wide. "I'm covering for you," she said. "You can go lie down now." Her voice was my voice. Exactly. I backed away, slammed the door shut. I could still hear her humming behind it. Later, I checked the security feed for the break room. It showed me standing there alone. But I wasn't alone. I swear to God. The lights have started flickering every few minutes now. Maintenance says it's old wiring. I don't think that's true. I was checking in on one of the patients, an older woman named Mrs. Lore. She's been in and out of consciousness lately. Tonight, she grabbed my hand tight and whispered, "Don't blink." That's when they move. I leaned in closer. "Who?" She didn't answer. Her eyes were wide with fear. "Don't blink. Don't blink. Don't blink," she kept repeating. Then the lights went out for 1 full second. When they came back on, Mrs. Lore was on the floor, her floor ripped out, blood pouring from her nose. She kept whispering, "They touched me." I ran to get help. When I came back with another nurse, she was asleep in her bed like nothing had happened. The blood was gone. Her floor was in place. No marks, no wounds. Like it never happened. One of the newer nurses, Miguel, went missing. He was doing vitals on the 3rd floor and never came back. We found his clipboard in room 311. His shoes were there too, just sitting by the bed. We searched everywhere, stairs, bathrooms, break room, even the roof. Nothing. But when I looked under the bed in 311, I saw fingers. Gray, long fingers curling around the edge of the mattress. I didn't even have time to scream. The second I blinked, they were gone. But the scratch marks they left on the floor, they're still there. And worse, when I checked the nurse logs for that room, Miguel had never been assigned to it, but I remember. I saw him go in. Now he's just gone. I don't know how to say this without sounding insane. The hospital is changing. The rooms are getting darker. The air is heavier. Clocks stop working around 3:00 a.m. every night. I keep hearing scratching in the vents, screaming in the elevator shafts. 2 nights ago, I saw a woman walking upside down on the ceiling in the pediatric ward. She turned her head 180 degrees to look at me. Her mouth was stitched shut. And last night, I found a room that shouldn't exist. Room 666. There's no room 666 in our hospital. We skipped from 665 to 667. But the door was there. I saw it. Just once. It was made of metal, covered in rust and scratches. Something was pounding from the other side. Hard, loud, over and over. I stood frozen, staring at the handle. Then I heard something on the other side whisper, "You're almost ready. Tonight, I found an old binder, tucked deep in the back of the filing cabinet no one uses anymore." It was labeled Incident Report 1974. I opened it. First page, 4th floor lockdown due to multiple unexplained deaths. Nurses reported visual and auditory hallucinations. One nurse found writing on walls in unknown language. Room 407 permanently sealed. Patient disappeared from bed. There was a photo taped inside. Black and white. Low quality. But it showed the same hallway I walk every night. And at the end of the hallway, standing just outside room 407, was me. Same uniform. Same hair. Same terrified face. But the photo was dated October 1974. I wasn't born yet. Last night, the thing in room 407 finally spoke. I didn't go in, I swear. I didn't even touch the doorknob. But I was passing by, and I felt it. This pressure in my chest, like the air got sucked out of the hallway. Everything went silent. No machines, no phones, no footsteps. Then, from behind the door, I heard it. A low, raspy voice. "Claire, you left me in the dark." It knew my name. Again. But it wasn't just saying it, it was accusing me. I backed away, heart hammering. The door creaked open on its own, just a crack. That voice came again. "Come see what you did." I ran. I didn't care who saw. I ran until I got to the bathroom and locked myself in a stall. I stayed there for over an hour, just breathing and crying, trying not to scream. But that wasn't the worst part. When I finally left the bathroom, I checked my phone. There was a picture in my gallery. One I didn't take. It was a photo of me standing in room 407. And behind me, there was a shape on the bed, smiling. Time is breaking. I came in for my 7 p.m. shift like usual, exhausted but numb. I was halfway through my rounds when I looked up at the clock. 7 p.m. I blinked. Looked again. Still 7 o'clock. I checked my phone. 7 o'clock. I walked back to the nurse's station. Everyone else was gone. The halls were empty. The whole hospital was silent. I tried to leave, but the front door wouldn't open. The lock was gone. Just smooth glass. I tried the elevators. Nothing. I tried the stairs. They just went in circles. I kept ending up on the 4th floor. I was trapped in that 1 hour. Forever. The worst part? I heard someone else breathing behind me the entire time. When I finally passed room 407 again, the door was wide open. Inside, the bed was full of blood. It was pouring out of the sheets, soaking the floor, dripping into the hallway, and written on the walls in red letters, over and over, "You're the reason. I found something hidden in the old morgue records, buried under piles of paperwork from decades ago. A patient named Clarissa May, admitted 1974, age 6, diagnosis non-verbal, night terrors, claimed the nurses had no eyes, disappeared from her room on the 4th floor. The only note left behind was, the nurse said I could sleep in the walls. That name, Clarissa May. That's my birth name. The one I never use. The one I changed when I was adopted. I don't remember anything before age 7. Just shadows. Cold hands. Darkness. Was I here before? Is this where I came from? Is this why it all started? Everything is wrong. This place, this thing that calls itself a hospital, it's not real anymore. Walls shift when I'm not looking. Doors move. Windows show other rooms, not outside. I've seen people walking backwards with no legs. Nurses with teeth instead of eyes. Patients who float an inch off the floor. Tonight, the power went out. Total blackout. And in the dark, I saw them. All of them. Standing in the halls. Faces smooth and pale. Skin paper thin. Whispering. One of them got close. Very close. Right in front of me. He opened his mouth and dozens of small black insects poured out. They crawled over my shoes. My legs. I screamed and ran. I locked myself in the old maintenance closet. That's where I am now. Writing this. Shaking. Praying. But the buzzing hasn't stopped. And I can hear something breathing just outside the door. Mikaiketsu channel, if you're reading this, I don't know if I'm alive anymore. I think I've become part of it. I found a mirror just now. I looked into it, and the reflection wasn't me. It was her, the black-eyed nurse, smiling. Behind her, 100 hands reached out of the shadows, pulling her backward. And she didn't fight. She let them take her. I felt my own body growing cold as I watched. My breath fogged the glass. I looked down at my skin. It's starting to turn gray. My fingertips are blue. My heart is slowing down. But I'm not scared anymore. I think I understand now. Room 407. It's not just a room. It's a door. And it's open. This is John, another night nurse. I found Claire's badge in the maintenance closet along with her phone. It was still recording. The last 10 minutes of audio are horrifying. Whispering. Screaming. Something wet dragging across the floor. I don't know where Claire is. We're reporting her missing, but something tells me she never left the hospital. And last night, the monitors in room 407 turned on by themselves again. The name on the screen? Clarissa May admitted 1974, and beneath that, in red letters, night shift begins soon. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you again next week.